If I have to say what Castlevania game is one of the best Castlevania games out there, my finger points to Castlevania Legacy of Darkness, because Legacy of Darkness is probably one of the most ambitious Castlevania game out there. All the stuff that was to bring to the table, to the story, to the characters, to the atmosphere, it might be probably the best of any of the Castlevania games out there. And the fact that the game is shunned by the community or by so many people is, to me, a bloody crime. Well, now what I'll talk about is the fact that the Legacy of Darkness brings a lot of unique ideas to the table, like the fact that the game is now about exploration, puzzle solving, the fact that the bosses don't always appear at the end of the level, or the fact that sometimes some levels don't even have bosses, or even that the main character is a werewolf. There are so many ideas, so many unique ideas, that the fact that truly makes it a memorable experience too. There are so many out there ideas, like the Frankenstein chainsaw, to that dreaded nitro part, to there's so many things. I can list so many things, but I don't want to let them all, so let's move to the next subject. First gotta say about Castlevania Legacy of Darkness is the fact that the atmosphere is incredibly well done, to the ambient noise, to the growls of the enemies, to the fact that the music is meant to enhance the atmosphere, to the environment storytelling, to the fact that the bosses have a presence to them. It's all, again, well done. They didn't slack to the atmosphere at all. In fact, it might actually be most realized atmosphere of any Castlevania game out there. Most Castlevania games at the time, and perhaps still do, have actually good atmosphere even to this day, but I feel that Legacy of Darkness is probably a more fleshed out idea of what Castlevania atmosphere could be. Yeah. Another aspect about Castlevania Legacy of Darkness is the fact that the story is not an afterthought. It actually plays a big part in what makes it great. Sure, it's not the best story out there, but it's probably better than it has any right to be. It actually has a very unique take on Dracula. It actually has a very unique take on Dracula. The fact that you meet this kid like Malice, this innocent kid, but then it turns out the fact that he is actually that would be the Dark Lord himself, or the fact that he needs Cornell's werewolf powers to resurrect Dracula, or the fact that characters like other memorable villains like Gilda the Raid, like the typical butler mannerism guy, let's call it that, or the sadistic act priest, or even that himself. They actually has a very unique take. They all have very unique moments that they call their own, or the fact that the fact that like the four characters that you play as, they all have their own story to tell. Like Cornell is trying to save his sister while he has a werewolf named Ortega, I think it's pronounced that, or the fact that Rosa is confronted with being a vampire. The fact that Reinhardt tries to save her, or the fact that Carrie Fernandez tries to defeat Actris, also tries to defeat of course Dracula. Both Reinhardt and Carrie tries to defeat Dracula, of course, but or the fact that Charlie Vincent is actually more a traditional vampire that's more based on the original Bram Stoker vampire. The fact that he has a bit of a stuck-up attitude, or the demon cells ring on the fact that he has a unique team to play. In my eyes, Legacy of Darkness is the best Castlevania game out there, because it's the one Castlevania game that says, hey, Castlevania can be just more about killing Dracula. This is a Castlevania game that actually has a story, that this is a Castlevania game that has actually many memorable moments. This is a Castlevania game that probably has the best atmosphere. Or the fact that hey, Dragon can actually be interesting. Hey, Castlevania game does not always need bloody tears to have a good soundtrack. Hey, this is the Castlevania game that can actually can run on other matters to be great. I mean, it has so many ideas that the fact that Legacy of Darkness and even Castlevania 64 are shunned by so many people is, my eyes, baffling to me. I mean, heck, I wouldn't be surprised that even the people that made it look down upon it. I mean, one of the quotes that people that made the game, they always said like, oh, it's thought that how to make a game in 3D. And that's it. Like heck, even one of the main producers about Castlevania, I mean, like, don't consider it to be canon or even look down upon it, which is a very shame in my eyes. Heck, if you look at new scores at the time, it actually has good scores actually. I mean, well, sure, Legacy of Darkness got lower scores because the fact that it was the exact same game but better. I mean, it got lower scores because of that. I mean, every reviewer mentioned that, which is fair, but I don't think it was a mal attempt to do that because Castlevania 64 had a troublesome development cycle. I mean, but yeah, I mean, sure, Castlevania Legacy of Darkness has problems. I mean, a lot of people say one of the main issues is the camera, but in my eyes, it's actually one of the better cameras of that area. Sure, I can get why it click with some people because the fifth channel of gaming is actually can sometimes be rough, but I would argue that Legacy of Darkness is probably one of the more accessible games of that era. I mean, or the fact that the notorious natural part, even though that part isn't really that bad. I mean, just practice without the natural before you try to do it properly. But or heck, maybe my problem is that the fact that there's so much more that could be done with this game. I mean, which like the fact that perhaps I would have liked maybe that all the characters have their own unique subprints. But I mean, sure, but yeah, I'm gonna end with that.